As I trained myself for months and months and months, relying on no one else but myself, I began to notice that I was getting stronger in fighting him. I fought him with reckless nerve and fever. Before I would directly fall, but I would always pick myself up, not needing the help from no one but myself. As I went by, I fought him like a reckless dagger. And as I stuck the dagger into him, and as I pulled out, I got a new being. And the new being was the Johnny Douglas Show. For all this time, my drinking had gotten better. I had learned to control it in such a way that it could help train me. For I was trained to be something great in the interview industry, something that they hadn't seen in 30 years. Johnny Douglas. I'm back. And I'm back for you and all of your wishes. Thank you and good night. And enjoy my show. Johnny Douglas.
We would like to welcome you to our show, hosted in Valley Forge's front yard. Here today we have a special guest star that has not yet to reveal his name, or who he is, or who he is associated with. To Pose Productions for nominating us for Diamonds and Pearls. I'd like to give a special shout out to Jasmine Stately for the work that she did in Diamonds and Pearls. So her new friend and guest star. And the first question is, what is your name?
My name, Jackie, so it's Will.
And with that said, we would like to thank you for your viewing. And now with our music video selection. Thank you, The Johnny Douglas Show.
thank y'all for rejoining our show. And our first question for today is, and we would like to thank our special guest star, Sullivan. As you can see, that Nader is barking at our audience. All right, first questions, ladies and gentlemen. What is your name, sir?
Charlie.
So, Charlie, what brings you to Black Diamond?
I guess, man, just to try to bring something to the table that maybe somebody else can, and that can help you grow.
Well, you know, we thank you for that, because God only knows that we need all the help we can get. And Black Diamond is about making art from nothing and promoting the stars that we see inside of people that don't even see it inside of themselves. Goes on being our next question. What do you think the street life out here in America?
I think it's terrible. And I think there's a lot of crookedness with our government, and even with some religions, man. Just to be honest, things were straightened out. I think there would be a lot less deaths and mass shootings and terroristic attacks in every shape and form. You know, I really think if there was a little bit more urgency to try to help each other, through compassion. You don't necessarily have to love the person, but have a little compassion. Have a little love. You don't gotta love them like it's your mom or your dad or your sister, but have a little love for them. And I think this world would be a better place, man. You know? Straight up. Alright, that roll there is the way I feel.
That's the way you feel.
That's the way I feel.
All right, next question. What do you know about Mary Jane? Who is she and where is she at?
I don't know who Mary Jane is.
You don't?
I do not.
Do you know how we can find out who does know?
Who knows Mary Jane?
And who is she related to?
I would like to know this, because I am lost and confused as to who Mary Jane is.
Mary Jane is a woman that I've been chasing for the past 15 years. And I can't seem to find her, and when I do, she always runs out. She's the gift. Sometimes it just keeps on giving.
Oh, that Mary Jane.
Yes, I've been in love with her for quite some time.
Well, me and her got a divorce about 10, 15 years ago.
Y'all was divorced, huh? Damn, I had no idea.
She made me feel insecure. She made me feel depressed, paranoid, sad, all at the same time. Matter of fact, I felt like my skin was melting and everybody was watching.
She made you feel like your skin was melting. Was it because that everyone was constantly, I don't want to be crude here, but maybe blowing her?
Maybe. But I definitely felt like I was the butt of the joke because that was my lady.
I could see how that could affect any man.
How are you going to throw a train on my Mary Jane and you expect me to continue loving her? No, I can't do it. So that divorce was done and over with, and I haven't messed with her for 15 years.
And I don't know why I keep coming back, because I just always feel that should just be mine, but it just is what it is. All right, next question. Moving along.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Show, and we'd like to thank you for being here. And one of our next questions is, how do you feel about the homeless situation and all the homeless people that San Antonio brought from New York? You know about this situation?
No, I don't, but really none of my business.
Okay, next question. How do you feel about the suicides in America, about what we were talking about earlier?
Why you gotta ask me some nonsense like that? You know how I feel.
Well, one of the reasons I'm trying to ask you that question is because I know how you feel about the audience.
Well, it's rhetorical. My
things happening in America?
Well, put on your Superman cape and go do it.
Thank you and welcome back to the Johnny Douglas Show. Our guest stars today is Mary and Charlie, our friend, and we'll be talking about topics that are raw and uncut and for your pleasure view. So first question is for my friend Charlie. Where do you see the state of life today versus the old days and versus today? If you can elaborate on that.
Well, I mean, it's obvious. Whatever your name is, it's a lot better.
And what's better about it?
Technology.
Technology. Well, that's just one thing of it.
Bill Gates.
Now, how do you feel about Bill Gates?
I love him.
You love him.
Steve
All right.
Jobs.
Well, I can definitely agree with you on that one because I love Steve Jobs, and we would like to
No, you
give a
don't.
shout out
You don't love Steve
to
Jobs.
Steve Jobs
You don't
even
love
after death. Great.
You don't even know.
I don't know a lot of people, but I think I know them. All right, next question. Loves and stuff, right? What was it like?
I mostly went to country music.
Oh, okay. You was living that urban cowboy. You bet. That's great. All right. Mary, have you ever been to Studio 54? And how? Okay. Well, in that time, what do you know about the controversy that was over that place? How do you feel about Studio 54?
Next question.
How do you feel about you being at Studio 54, or was you there?
Never been there, never would have been there.
Ian, have you ever encountered a movie star and tried to mimic and be just like them?
Nope.
Who are you?
Next question.
Have you ever been on the set of something to do with Mary?
Yep.
And what did you have to do with that? So, I mean, I'm sorry, let me correct myself. It's something about Mary.
Nope. Never was.
But you just told us you was.
Worded it different, man. How the hell does those two even correlate?
Sir, how are we supposed to understand you if you give us 3 words from every sentence?
I'm sorry, man. Bad day. Cameraman.
So how do you feel about the trash company in San Antonio and the way that they got the manner of 3 different garbage cans when it used to be just 2?
What? I didn't even understand that question.
Remember back in
What
the
type of question was it?
You remember back in the day?
Does that even make sense?
As you can see, folks, we are gaining progress. So, Mary, how long have you lived in
What's
this
2 plus
neighborhood?
2?
It's 4. How do you feel about it? How do you feel
I feel
about
like having a hot dog right now, I'll tell you that.
Can someone get him a hot dog? All
All
right.
right, cameraman. You know the struggle.
Have you ever found yourself in the mirror trying to become 2 characters?
Next question.
How do you feel about hot dogs in America?
Well, those right there are really good.
I enjoy them a whole lot.
Folks, there it is. Hot dogs in America. We would like to thank you, to thank our sponsors, and we would like to tell all of you to please vote for Diamonds and Pearls at the Prince Charles Theater July 1st, where it will be airing in England. And we would like to thank Jasmine.
Hey, can you do me a favor over there? Look at my shirt.
Sorry.
Home Slice Pizza. Best
you have
pizza in Texas.
Home slice pizza.
This is what I like besides hot dogs.
And with that said, we would like to thank you for your viewing. And now with our music video selection. Thank you, The Johnny Douglas Show.
So we would like to thank y'all for rejoining our show. How does she feel about Charlie and his character and his first interview on the Johnny Douglas Show?
Where did you find that jerk? I mean, for goodness sakes, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
Absolutely horrible. You wouldn't even answer him.
Yeah, you know, I kind of felt the same way. Charlie is a very complicated cat that, he's a man of very few words. Charlie, can we ask you why you wouldn't answer our questions?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie is refused to answer the question. He chooses to remain silent. Okay, the next question on our list is for Mary. Mary, tell us about your first boyfriend and how you left him. Because usually it's the woman leaving the first one, so we just assume that you broke his heart.
Well, my very first boyfriend, I was like in the 6th grade. And
That puppy love.
yes, puppy love. And the way I left him was my parents up and moved us to a different place.
So
I
y'all-
had a choice.
So y'all was like in school writing letters back and forth.
Yeah,
Y'all was like, we gonna get married, we gonna get this home, and
oh no.
married, get this home, and like for the video of Diamonds and Pearls, which has been nominated to win an award in Chicago, which Black Diamond will be attending. So with 2 thumbs up for Pose and go Chicago, we love you. So Charlie, how do you like your hose?
My hose?
Yeah.
I don't have none, unfortunately.
Well, when
I'll be honest, I don't have none.
well, when you're with a hoe, what kind of hoe do you like? I mean, how do you like your hose?
You want me to be honest?
I want you to be dead set honest, sir.
Okay. I don't really like hoes.
You don't like hoes. Well,
But if I did have to choose between hoes, what type of hoe I would have, she would have a Coke bottle body.
that cute face. Okay, and what was it? What was her name to be? What would you like her name to be?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, you gotta find out.
And with that said, we would like to thank you for your viewing. And now with our music video selection. Thank you, The Johnny Douglas Show.
Think about it, girl. Before you do without it, girl. Anybody late and I will do. Standing in line to lay down with you. Think about it, girl. Think about it, girl. Before you live without it, girl. Love only comes around once in your life. One day it'll be too old for those bedroom nights. Better think about it, girl. Think about love. Think about love. Well, the older man, young boys too, thinking about making love to you. You'd better think about it, girl. Well, is it really love? You know it's something less. You're playing a game, you win for a while. What's gonna happen when the wrinkles hit that smile? Think about it, girl. Think about it, girl. Think about love, love, love. Think about love. Think about it, girl.
So we would like to thank everybody in our audience for tuning back in to the Johnny Douglas Show. Me, I'm your host, Johnny Douglas. And this is my co-host over here and supporting star, Charlie. And we already been going over some questions today, and we would like to address a couple of other things. So our first question today is, how do you feel about White Mike and what he's doing down here in his pit?
Doing a pretty good job. He's got some alright knowledge. The whole pivot game. Not more than what I got. Say that.
I think White Mike is a natural born pimp. I think White Mike is honing his craft to being really good back in the day, to being very diversified in a society of today. That's what I think about White Mike. And a shout out to Laura Whitehead, a shout out to Anthony Phillips, and a shout out to Travis James for all the work that they've done for Black Diamond. Next question. How do you feel about the Shawshank Redemption, and how does it relate to your life?
That's a good question. Honestly, man, I relate to it because of the suffering of someone being in prison and what you have to go through, not only from inmates but guards. That's one of the greatest movies of all time, man, bro. That's one of my favorite movies. Top 10 for sure, you know.
And it is a great film.
It is. I mean, everything about it, to the old man getting out after all that time and just killing himself because he couldn't handle the real world anymore. He had become so institutionalized, he decided to hang himself once he was free because he didn't know what to do.
Brooks.
You know? And I think, like, I can see that with inmates that I've met while I was in prison. Their mentality is the same way, man. A lot of them don't want to get out. Some do, even after 20, 25 years. There's a lot who don't, really, because they have nothing to get, come out to. All their family has died during the years or decades that they've been in there. They've got nothing to come to. A halfway house, and they might be homeless. And I think that when you watch that movie, I relate to it a lot because of just the sufferings of it all, man. The reality of how shit is, man. Even in today's, prisons. It's not just back then, and when was it, the 1920s?
Yeah, it was between...
Based in the 1920s?
The movies, we started off in the 1920s, and then worked its way to about 1950.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, still today, prison is just as bad, if not worse, in some prisons, And that's in Texas alone, which I'm sure everywhere is, the same, but Texas got some fucked up prisons where shit like that happens, And any prison, I think, in general.
What do you feel of why there's so much violence in prison? And why is that?
Really, man, the root of it is pride, ultimately.
I totally concur with that.
And of course, all the branches that fall off that root is politics, race, and gangs and all that stuff.
Do you think that all the gangs will ever be at peace with each other?
I mean, they are at peace with each other. I mean, you know, it's not like they're always at war. There's just times where people got to put their foot down, man. It's like if you're leading a group of people and like you're like, all right, we're gonna try to meet these people halfway, but then they keep on trying to get over on you. Eventually, if you're gonna be the leader of your gang, you got to say, fuck that. We got to do what we got to do regardless of the outcome. Even if there's 6 of us and 20 of them, we're going to fucking tear this day room up. You know, so it's like, but for the most part, people try to keep peace in there. From what I've experienced, they don't want to go that route to riots. You know, the fuck wants that. People at the end of the day really want to get back to their families. You know, they don't want to pick up a murder charge or be killed. Whatever.
One of the things that I saw in prison when I was there is that I saw a lot of young men that were already frustrated about being there and getting caught up in a bad situation. And some of the things of, if it be anger or emotion, like they would progress through time, whether it would be when they joined a gang or not, or just being in prison. What I would see is that for a lot of people, after so long, you're kind of being forgot about in there. And when you're forgot about, that causes rages in one heart. And a lot of times, those angers that's happening out here in the free world get brought in there, but they get administered by different reasons. That's what I've seen.
Very well put.
Very true. Do you feel that the numbers will stop, like, increasing with so many young people in America going to prison? And what do we need to stop young people from going to prison?
It's all about the environment, man, and what you're doing to create that environment. I don't think it's going to stop, though, to answer your other question. I think, honestly, if it might get worse. It all depends on what people start doing or choosing to do today. It's a group effort, man, and one man can't do it. Everybody's got to fucking decide to say we want to do better. It can't be one guy saying, I want to lead everybody to do better. It's got to be everybody. I don't know, that's just the way I think. I don't know.
Sure. I agree with a lot of the sense of that. And also another thing I'd like to add, there's a lot of people out there in America that their only problem for whatever they see that they don't like, their first solution to that problem is throw them in jail. And to me, that's the easy answer that actually creates a worser problem in the reality of things. What it does is it creates people that are paranoid because they ain't left the room in 3-4 weeks at a time, being in a day room, in a pod. And then when you get to prison, then there's a whole new world that you're not used to. And it changes a person in every which way. And I think that the answer of curing society to create more prisons sometimes is necessary, but the majority of there is a better answer than that. So with that said, we would like for all of our viewers out there to comment about your experiences in prison and how you can help. To the Johnny Douglas Show, we would like all of you to feel free to send in comments and be sure to subscribe as soon as possible to the Black Diamond channel, or otherwise we won't be able to keep doing this show. It's all up to you. Alright, next question. How do you feel about them recreating Sex in the City, and how do you feel about Kim Cattrall coming back?
I don't know. I just used to watch it, like I said, man, for the reasons to jack off. Kim Cattrall was my main sport. You know, if I wanted to let one rip, she was a very good target. But other than that, I wasn't too interested in that show, man.
So, if Kim Cattrall, let's just say that she was flattered by this, would you be willing to go on a date with her?
Fuck yeah.
And where would y'all go if y'all did have that opportunity?
If I have the money, I go anywhere she wants to go.
Well, elaborate a little bit more, because I think if Kim is listening, I think she want to know a little bit more. I mean,
well, I haven't asked. But if she was, where I would like to take her,
yeah.
be honest, man, I've always wanted to go to that fucking place where the Burj Khalifa's at.
Where?
Burj Khalifa.
What's that?
That fucking real famous tower. It's called the Burj Khalifa. I've always wanted to go there. I can't remember what, I think it's the U.S. Emirates. That's where it's at. But it's a famous tower, but it's a beautiful place, like that whole area. Google it whenever you have time. Check it out. I mean, the whole area is just beautiful. Sands, waters. It's just beautiful, man. It looks like a utopia almost. I think that's where I like to go and take her.
You bet. And if this relationship expired, would Kim Cattrall be the type of woman that you could meet with? Like a relationship?
I haven't seen her in a minute, but I think so.
You bet.
Unless she drastically changed in the past, like, year, then fuck that shit. I don't see why not. I'll try to fucking stay with her till fucking she goes away, and then fuck it. I'll be loyal and fucking stay single after she goes.
See, Kim, I still love you.
She's bad, man.
You ain't lying. That is one beautiful one. And your best movie was Mannequin. I love you, baby. All right, next question. What would you do if you got to have the chance to sit in the room with Holly Berry, and what would you do to attract attention from her to you?
I might go fucking the Billy Bob Thornton route, and I might just try to do some monster bullshit, man.
Damn.
Straight up. I mean, that's just too much of a temptation. If she chose to fucking push me away, then I'll walk away. I'll try my hardest, man.
Do you believe in Monster Ball that the sex that they had was real? Because some people out there believe that it was not a fake and that they actually did it on screen.
I don't know. It looked very real to me. And I jacked off to that a couple times too. Straight up. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I did. Looked real to me, I don't know.
With no holdbacks. All right, next question. How do you feel about Skinamax?
That used to be one of my favorite shows too.
Do you think that
Say, man, hey, look, around when Skinamax was around, and I remember I was about 13 years old, bro. And I was fucking going through my little hormones, man, trying to get my little peener going, man. Fuck it, dude. I was jacking off every day, all day.
Every day.
Skinamax was one of my main shows, too. I didn't have no fucking Ron Jeremy sitting around me. You know? No shots intended, but you know what I mean? I fucking, you know. Skinamax.
So would you say that Skinamax helped you through your teen years?
It saved me.
Yep.
It saved me. I would have fucking killed somebody if I didn't have Skinamax.
And welcome back to the Johnny Douglas Show. I am your host, Johnny Douglas. And this is my audience, the backyard, and all the people that go through this street. And God knows it's a lot of them. So with all that said, we would like to get on to our next question and with our next beer. And we would like to thank all the companies that are out there that are doing well. And if you would like to be our sponsors, don't feel free to call 210-391-9738 and speak to Jonathan Ellis, Black Diamond. So with that said, our question is, do you think that Skinamax's Red Shoe Diaries could come back in 2020 and do what it did through the 90s?
I'm sure it could. I don't know which one that is exactly, but I'm sure it could.
The Red Shoe Diaries.
Remember I told you that.
And with that said, we would like to thank you for your viewing. And now with our music video selection. Thank you, The Johnny Douglas Show.